Welcome back to another explainer. So, have you ever caught yourself wondering what would actually happen if you took 10 of the absolute most popular AI models on the planet and fed them the exact same prompt? Well, it's a completely fascinating thought experiment, and today we're unpacking the data behind it. We're looking at a massive head-to-head showdown that reveals some honestly shocking results about how these giant systems process information and answer our questions. The central question driving this whole explainer is simple, but man, is it powerful. What happens when 10 AI models get the exact same prompt? We are treating this data like the ultimate head-to-head tournament. We really want to find out which AI truly delivers the best answer when the playing field is completely leveled out. No special instructions for one, no extra context for another, just raw, unfiltered machine intelligence tackling the exact same problem. Part 1. The Ultimate AI Showdown. Putting 10 AI models to the test. Okay, let's dive into this. To keep this test completely fair, every single AI model receives the exact same prompt. And we are talking about 10 distinct, highly popular models entering this showdown. This isn't just your standard comparison between the top two tech giants you always hear about in the news. By testing 10 different models all at the exact same time with the exact same prompt, we're getting a much broader, more realistic view of where artificial intelligence is actually at right now. It really highlights the sheer scale of this experiment. It guarantees a true apples-to-apples comparison. Because, if we changed even a single word, the models might interpret the task entirely differently, and the integrity of our results completely compromised. Section 1. 5 Rules of the Game. How the AI models are judged. Now, to make this work, we need a rigorous and highly structured way to measure success in this tournament. So we're judging every single answer based on 5 exact metrics. First up, accuracy. Is the information factually correct? Second, creativity. Does the AI offer a unique or engaging perspective? Third, clarity. How easy is it for a human to actually read and understand? Fourth, speed. How fast did the model spit out the answer? And fifth, overall usefulness. Did it genuinely solve the problem from the original prompt? Taking through these 5 exact metrics builds our momentum and establishes a totally objective baseline for the stakes of this whole competition. Running the gauntlet, the testing methodology. Here is how each of the 10 models was systematically pushed through the exact same testing gauntlet to make sure our results were completely impartial. We applied a structured 4-step process to every single model we tested. Step 1, show the prompt. Step 2, display the AI's exact answer. Step 3, break down and briefly explain the specific strengths and weaknesses of that response. And finally, Step 4, generate a score out of 10. This systematic approach ensures that every single model gets its fair day in court, evaluated on the exact same terms. No favorites here. And that brings us to the ultimate metric for this part of the test, a final score out of 10. After really analyzing those unique strengths and weaknesses, weighing the accuracy against the creativity, balancing the speed with the clarity, each AI receives a definitive, undeniable score out of 10. This is the single number that dictates who survives the gauntlet and who gets left in the digital dust. Part 4, the final leaderboard, crowning the top 3 AIs. Are you ready? Because we're about to reveal the final rankings after comparing all 10 of these responses. And here it is. The gauntlet established a very clear podium. The data gives us a definitive first, second, and third place. These 3 models absolutely outpace the rest of the pack, delivering a totally superior blend of accuracy, creativity, clarity, speed, and overall usefulness for this specific test. Now, what's really interesting about this is the massive, crucial caveat that comes with this result. These rankings are completely dependent on the specific prompt that was used. This is arguably the absolute most important data point in our entire explainer. The podium we just established, it's not some absolute universal truth for all AI forever. It is entirely tied to the specific prompt used in this singular test. Let me explain why that matters so much. If we change the task to something entirely different, it could completely scramble that leaderboard we just saw. For instance, if our prompt asked the AI to write software or tackle heavy coding, a completely different model might suddenly take first place. If we asked it to synthesize dense academic research, another model entirely would probably shine. And if the task was creative writing, well, our current winner might drop straight to the bottom of the pack. Different tasks produce vastly different results. It's like a giant puzzle. Part 2. The real winner. The biggest surprise of the test. Let's just slow down for a second, because this next part is the core educational takeaway. It would be so easy to assume that one model would just completely dominate across the board in all categories. But I want to read you this direct quote from the source material. The biggest surprise wasn't that one AI was perfect. It was that each model had different strengths. That right there, that is exactly what you should take away from this. The real revelation of this massive 10-model experiment is the distinct, varying strengths across all these different AI tools. They literally do not all think or operate the same way. For example, some models heavily prioritize creativity and clarity. They took their time to weave a highly readable, clear, and super engaging answer. But others, they completely dominated in speed and conciseness, maybe sacrificing just a little bit of that creative flair to give you the raw facts as fast as digitally possible. And the thing is, neither approach is wrong. They're just optimized for entirely different use cases. So, the crucial point is this. The best AI depends entirely on what you are trying to accomplish. There is absolutely no universal winner in the world of artificial intelligence. The true champion is simply whichever AI best fits your specific task on any given day. You're the conductor, and these models, they're just your different instruments. Which brings us to our final question. Which AI is best? Well, it depends. What are you trying to accomplish? As you navigate this wildly fast-paced landscape, try to look past the hype of random leaderboards. Identify your goal first, and then ask yourself, which specific instrument do I need to conduct my next masterpiece? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep exploring.